Erica Zahnle spends her days in a veritable fishbowl. She's the educator and researcher for the DNA Discovery Center at the Field Museum.
We host a Talk to the Scientist Hour Monday through Friday from 11 to 12, and we scheduled it that way because we're mainly targeting school groups. So if you guys want to ask questions, this is our Talk to the Scientist Hour right now. Questions range from very basics, what does DNA stand for, where is DNA found, to more complex questions about epigenetics, the effects of the environment on our genomes, and new advances in medicine and technology. We've had some funny questions. One girl wanted to know if DNA was dirty.
When I asked Erica if there were a lot of misconceptions about DNA, she said that that was one of the main reasons the museum decided to make the DNA Discovery Center an exhibit in the first place.
Over 50% of the population that came through the museum thought that DNA was only found in humans. So we had a lot of explaining to do. So one way we get around that is by explaining that all cells, or most cells, there are a few exceptions, have DNA, and the DNA is responsible then for what type of cell it will develop into. Your DNA is responsible for why you have two legs and walk upright, and the color of your hair and the color of your eyes. But the DNA in a flower is coding for that flower to have traits such as a stem and leaves and possibly blossoms. A fish's DNA is coding for fins and the ability to swim. So all living organisms have DNA which is responsible for different types of traits. And that seems to be the idea that most people can get their head